All right, good morning, PTNI's Daily Show. Happy Friday morning, live here on Instagram, live here on Facebook. Hope your Friday is off to a great start. I'm back again. My name is Alan, currently serving as COO of the Institute of Clinical Excellence and faculty member in our Fitness Athlete Division. Happy to have you here on the PTNI's Daily Show. Welcome to the best darn day of the week. It's Fitness Athlete Friday. Today we're going to be talking about what's so skilled about having patients work out while you are taking them through a physical therapy plan of care. Speaking of working out, just finished a nasty workout, simple but not easy. 7-minute AMRAP, 7 American kettlebell swings, and 7 goblet squats. 53 pounds for the guys, 35 for the ladies. That was quite nasty. That's a good one for the garage, the basement, or even, speaking of having patients work out in the clinic, a good one for the clinic. Fitness Athlete, what's going on Fitness Athlete? We have our first live course coming up September 12th and 13th at CrossFit Hendersonville. That's down just north of Nashville. You can join Mitch and Zach and Alexis Morgan for that course. And then our online courses, Advanced Concepts, Clinical Management Fitness Athlete, Advanced Concepts, talking all things Olympic weightlifting, programming, advanced gymnastics. That starts August 30th. You must have taken Essential Foundations prior to taking that course. That course has 2 spots left. So if you have taken Essential Foundations in the past and you were thinking about moving forward in the Clinical Management of Fitness Athlete curriculum, make sure you jump into one of those 2 spots. The next cohort of Essential Foundations online with Mitch and I starts September 14th. And then Clinical Management of the Fitness Athlete, Pregnancy and Postpartum starts September 14th as well with Christina Previtt and Kelsey Valentine. That's an awesome course if you're looking to help the pregnant and postpartum mom either return to activity, stay moving during pregnancy, or start activity for the first time. So that's all things going on Fitness Athlete. So let's talk about today's topic. What is so skilled about having a patient come into the clinic and do a little workout? So we get this criticism a lot. We say, what's so skilled about exercise? It's just exercise. There's nothing skilled about having a patient come in and do a workout. And we've even heard some comments as, well, I'm a doctor of physical therapy, not a personal trainer, so that's kind of beneath me. If you want to exercise, if you want to get in shape, if you want to work towards fitness and wellness goals, then go see a personal trainer. Don't come to me as a physical therapist. And obviously, I am incredibly biased, but I couldn't think that viewpoint is further from the truth and from what patients need. So let's address this question from a number of different ways. First of all, it's not skilled. I would argue that it's probably one of the most skilled things we do, especially if we're really dialed in on prescribing exercise, dosing exercise, programming exercise, making sure the exercises are helping the patient meet their goals, making sure they're safe and appropriate for the patient, and making sure that they're actually challenging for the patient. A lot of exercise done in the physical therapy realm is probably not skilled because it's underdosed. It's cookie cutter. People come in and they do the same exercises off a flow sheet that every other patient does. They come in and they start a session with a 10 or a 15 or even a 20-minute bike on a recumbent bike with no idea of their intensity level. And of course, that is not skilled. But what is skilled is having a patient come in with back pain and finding them a progression or regression of the deadlift to strengthen their back, work on their low back pain, and actually ensure it's challenging enough to help them stronger. And how awesome if it also helps that patient meet their goals. It helps them meet their goals of maybe picking up their grandkids or carrying heavy stuff around the yard. Not to mention that getting somebody stronger and improving their overall wellness and fitness is going to keep them out of the healthcare system and be a much better use of their healthcare dollars than passive treatments. Like prolonged manual therapy, ultrasound, laser, injections, and then eventually, obviously, the most expensive thing we can probably do to somebody is surgery, right? And so I think of a patient I'm working with right now. He just finished his 8th visit last night. In 4 weeks, 8 visits, gone from being unable to perform 2 minutes of continuous exercise just due to an overall high level of deconditioning, could not complete a little workout I designed for him, was having back pain with bending, was having shoulder pain with lifting, and in 4 weeks, 8 visits, no longer having any pain. Is now able to exercise for 20 minutes in a PT session without stopping. Yes, it's very hard. Yes, he's out of breath. Yes, sometimes he feels a little bit pukey, but able to go from 2 minutes to 20 minutes of continuous exercise, which is a massive increase in aerobic capacity. And now it is one of his goals to be able to start a gym program. So not only am I helping with his pain, I'm helping him reach his goals. And that increase in aerobic capacity is, I think we undervalue that in our patients. Somebody that can barely move for 2 minutes before stopping is very, very close to the opposite end of the sickness, wellness, fitness continuum. They're right above sickness. They are one adverse event away from maybe a trip to the ER for a cardiovascular event, right? They are maybe a couple years away from needing blood pressure medication or diabetes medication. When you encounter somebody who can't move for more than a couple seconds without being winded, you know their capacity is low, and if you're able to take that person to move for 10 to 20 minutes in a little workout at the end of the session, you've dramatically improved that person's life. And if you say that's not skilled, then I don't know what is, because that is going to save so much money to the healthcare system downstream, the insurance company, the healthcare system in general. And that withstanding, that's going to dramatically improve that person's quality of life. And so this patient now, his discharge visit last night was not to come see me at 4 o'clock for physical therapy, but to come to the 5:45 p.m. CrossFit class that I coach, and he successfully completed his first CrossFit class. He was able to do the workout as written on the board, did not need to scale anything, which is just, incredible to see that change in the human body in just a couple of short weeks. To come in, be unable to move, be in so much pain that he doesn't feel like moving, and have an overall low capacity, to feeling not only confident, but coming in and smashing a CrossFit workout on his discharge visit and saying, like, you're ready to start this. You don't need me anymore. Look, you just did your first independent class. Yes, I was your coach. Yes, I'm aware of things that might bother you, but you did not really need any special attention from me. You can come here every day, and I'm confident that with the coaches we have, you can continue CrossFit. You no longer need my assistance. You're free to continue pursuing your health and wellness goals. And all that happened because we worked every single visit after the visit on increasing his capacity, on having him do things like kettlebell swings and air squats and riding the assault bike, increasing his capacity while programming exercises that helped reduce his symptoms so that he could then feel more like working out and pain-free. And so that's my first little tidbit on what's so skilled about having patients exercise. If you do it right, it's probably the most skilled thing that you can do. And now we go to the other side of that continuum and we say, that's not skilled, but manual therapy is skilled. And we know, there is a high psychomotor component to some manual therapy skills like thrust manipulation, but having somebody come in and rubbing a cup up and down them is not very skilled, right? It's very passive, it's not very skilled. And to say, this is the skilled stuff that I am doing, and I will not have a patient come and exercise. If you want to see me, you come see me for the manual therapy, and you go see a personal trainer for the unskilled, quote unquote, unskilled stuff. I couldn't disagree more with that. And so we need to challenge ourselves of taking some exercises that are going to work on a patient's weak areas. Maybe things that's going to reduce their pain that you've already found to reduce their pain, things that are going to strengthen the muscles you know they need to work on, and putting them together in a little workout, using things like EMOMs and AMRAPs, and even eventually getting a person to do rounds for time, and not only help them with their pain, but really increase their capacity. There's a fascinating study. We talk about it in Fitness Athlete, in Essential Foundations, in the live course. There's a study that looks at how many visits does it take somebody to change their mind about smoking. And it takes hundreds of visits with a primary care provider for somebody to change their mind about their smoking behaviors. It only takes 12 visits for somebody to change their mind about exercise, about getting more physically active. And so what better place than with us? When they're here, we're having them do corrective exercises, yes, to work on areas of weakness, maybe areas that are causing symptoms. But the traditional PT plan of care looks like 3 times a week for 4 weeks. That's 12 visits. In 12 visits, you should have a person interested in moving. Yes, there will always be a couple people. It's not their goal. They have no interest in it. They're just looking to get rid of their pain and get back to whatever they were doing. But most people, if you do it right, if you make it fun, if you make it objective and retestable and show them progress, they will get hooked on fitness. And that's kind of the best thing, I think, that you can do for a patient. And I would argue one of the most skilled things you can do is a physical therapy practitioner. What was cool about what we tried with the patient I'm speaking of is his second visit. We tried a little workout, 15, 12, 9, 6 of calories on the assault bike, 26-pound Russian kettlebell swings, and air squats. So working on his air squat form, he tended to show a lot of lumbar reversal in his air squat and have back pain. We were working on Russian kettlebell swings. It's a great way to load the posterior chain for his back pain. And the assault bike, if you've ever ridden one, is a great way to just introduce a lot of fatigue to a system and add a component to that workout of making a 26-pound kettlebell feel very, very heavy when you add in the fatigue from the assault bike. When he first tried that his second visit, he had to stop after the round of 15. And so he was only able to exercise about 2 minutes. On Tuesday, his 7th visit, we did the same thing. I wrote up the same workout at the end of the session, 15, 12, 9, 6. Calories on the assault bike, Russian kettlebell swings at 26 pounds, and air squats. And I named it, we'll call this patient Steve. We called it Steve's Revenge. And not only was he able to finish the entire workout, he was able to go through it without resting and do it very, very fast. So a program that he had to quit after 2 minutes, in just 4 weeks, he was able to complete, I think, in about 10 minutes. So he was able to complete the whole thing without stopping. Dramatic, to me, that shows me, as somebody that understands exercise programming and physiology, a dramatic increase, a life-changing increase in capacity. And to him, it shows, I can do this. Like, look where I was, look where I'm at now. My body is capable of changing. I'm not going to be in pain and out of shape forever. I can make change. I saw that just by the difference between that workout in visit 2 and the workout in visit 7. And again, I'm going to argue till the day I die that that's the most skilled thing you can do with a patient. And what's cool is watching this patient change his behavior along the way without any poking or prodding from me. After that visit where he had to quit, I said, hey, how are you feeling? He goes, I didn't drink enough water today. I was rushed at work, and so I went out for lunch and just had McDonald's. I've got to clean up my diet. And in the course of 4 weeks, without me saying anything, saying absolutely nothing at all about diet and nutrition to this patient, has started tracking his macros, is aware that he was probably eating 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day, and that he needed to ramp it down to about 2,300 or 2,000 a day. He started keeping track of his hydration, started keeping track of his protein intake, and Wednesday morning, the morning after we did that little workout called Steve's Revenge, he texted me. He said, hey, I've lost 17 pounds since I started physical therapy. I'm feeling really good. I'm so excited to come try CrossFit Thursday night. And again, if that's not skilled care, then hell, I don't know what is, because that seems like the way I would imagine every physical therapy plan of care could go, should go. That certainly for me is how I practice, how I want that to go. Excuse me. So that's kind of my argument on is physical therapy and having people exercise in physical therapy, is that skilled or not? Seeing a whole bunch of comments here on Instagram. Beyond Recovery Physical Therapy said, preach, just had a patient come in with low back pain and perform some rack pulls, built mental confidence, definitely. Superior Strength Physio said, I'll stand by this to the day that I stop seeing patients. The best treatment we have is skilled exercise. The right load is our strongest pain moderator and our best tissue healing tool. So totally agree. So I would love to hear comments on that. I know there's that big argument of what's the best use of our time, especially when we're busy. Maybe you're seeing a patient every 30 minutes, something like that. What's the best use of your time? Yes, having that patient come in with acute pain and doing something to calm their pain down is going to be meaningful, but it's equally valuable to sit down, reassess that patient, and make sure you have a plan for that patient, exercise-wise, to then hand off to your PTA, to hand off to a coworker, so that patient continues building their strength, building their capacity, building their confidence in moving towards those discharge goals. And tackling from an insurance perspective, there's so much worry that insurance won't pay for just, quote unquote, regular old exercise. And again, couldn't be further from the truth. You could argue, 8 visits is about $100 a visit, $800. That's less than the price of going to see a primary care physician, getting an injection and an image, right? We're the cheapest and we're the most effective and efficient treatment for 99% of people. Yes, there will always be those people who are in a bad spot and maybe need surgery or something like that. But from an insurance perspective, we are very, very cost effective, and you should not feel bad about billing insurance for having people do an EMOM or an AMRAP or a 21-15-9, especially if you can say these exercises are strengthening the muscles that the patient needs to get stronger at, and that there's nothing wrong with getting stronger and building your capacity and increasing your overall cardiovascular fitness. That's going to help somebody live not only a longer life, but a higher quality life that keeps them out of the healthcare system, which which is very, very, very fiscally responsible as well. So make no mistake, I lose absolutely no sleep about billing insurance for having people do assault bike calories and kettlebell swings in the clinic. So you shouldn't either. So would love to hear discussion about this. Feel free to comment on this. It'll be up on Instagram TV later, so feel free to comment on it or on the Facebook thread. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend, even better next week. I'll see you all probably in a couple weeks. Hope to see you at a course in the future. If you want to learn how to get really skilled at programming and dosing on exercises and teaching exercises to patients, come join us in Fitness Athlete Essential Foundations or at a live course. So that's what I've got. Hope you have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.